Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm playing some MWR on Bog, and this is another story time. Before I get into that, I wanted to talk about my upload schedule. So I was thinking of putting a story time on Monday, and I know it's Tuesday today, but I was supposed to do it yesterday. But story time on Monday, any random shit on Wednesday, and RT Friday on Fridays. So there we go. That's kind of what I'm planning for at the moment, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So the story I have today is the time where I called my teacher gay. It was actually kind of an interesting one. So this takes place in 2012. I was 12 years old. And I was in year 7. I don't know what, I think that's the 7th grade in America, I'm not quite sure, but I was 12 years old. So we all have this friend, right, where he's not a friend, but he's not an enemy. He's kind of an asshole for some reason in class you sit with, but that's about it. And like, if you see him in your class, you'll be like, yeah, might as well sit with him. But you know, it's nothing. You know, he's nothing special. You know, you just have a bit of fucking. I mean, he's a bit of a prick. So, I mean, there was this guy, and then I was sitting with him and with an actual friend of mine, and so she goes on to teach the class. Now, about the teacher, she's kind of you know, she wears the same thing all the time. She's no one likes her in the school. Like, she was like wearing sandals in like whatever weather it was, like fucking summer or winter. She was wearing sandals. So yeah, we were kind of, you know, no one really liked her. But anyway, so she started teaching the class and everything, and you know, we were just goofing around, not doing much, you know, just barely paying attention. And I remember, like, so then I start writing something in my book, on the front page of my book. Like, I opened my book on the front page, I started writing something on the very top, and she used to mark our books, and but she already marked the start because it's like halfway through the year. It's probably like somewhere in June or something. Anyway, probably like March actually. But anyway, so I start writing something on top, and I show my friend, and he starts to giggle, and I start to giggle, and this fucking asshole thought it was about him. He was just like, yo, did you write something about me in there? I was like, no, I didn't. He goes, and then he goes, miss, he wrote something mean about me in his book. And she goes, shut the fuck up, do your work. She didn't say shut the fuck up, but she was like, just shut up and do your work. So, you know, I was just like, oh, that's chilled, alright, I'm good. And then the lesson goes on, I'm like, alright, cool. So, then I asked for help because, you know, she was teaching something I just didn't understand because, you know, I'm not really much of a math whiz. But she comes over and I'm like, alright, so I have problems with this. She swipes my book from under me, and she's standing behind me, and I see her flick to the front page, and I'm like, fuck, my eyes and my entire body like stare at the front of the class, and she was behind me, and it felt for like hours. It felt like I was staring at a board for hours, and all I hear is my book slam on the floor, almost creating a crater, and she goes with the fucking demon voice, get out! Now, this is when I was like, fuck. Because when the teacher yells, get out, there's two things that happen. The first thing is, she is fucking mad with you. She does not fucking like you whatsoever. And the second thing, and that's the worst, everyone in the class is looking at you. So you gotta fucking play it right, so you can get out of there without seeming like a bitch, but without seeming like you've got some mad attitude problem. So the way I did it is I went for like head up, eyes down, with a steady pace. Because if you like run out of the classroom, everybody thinks you're a fucking bitch and you're scared of the fucking teacher. But if you walk out with the fucking happiest smile and, you know, like, fucking mad attitude, she'll be like, and wipe that fucking smirk off your face. We've all heard that. Wipe that smirk off your face. We've all heard that, and it's like the classic. So, I walk outside. I didn't get, you know, I was like perfect. I did a perfect walk out of there, you know, I'm fine. Then she goes on teaching the class for another 5 minutes. Then she walks outside, and like the nicest person I've ever met, she goes, now, what happened there? And what I wrote is, let's call her Coconut. We'll call her Coconut, I don't know why, but Miss Coconut is gay. That's what I wrote. And obviously without her actual name. And I was just like, and you know, when somebody says, so what happened there, you know, and you know, I didn't really get in trouble or anything, so you know, it was kind of out of the blue. So you know, a good answer to that question would be like, I'm sorry miss, I was just goofing around, you know, I was just trying to be funny with my friends, I didn't mean anything by it. That would have been a fucking good answer. But what I said was so retarded, it just made shit so much worse. I said, people from the year above made me do it. It's just like, oh my fucking god. So she was like, what? I was like, yeah. And put in mind, I was like fucking scared for what was gonna happen, because I never really got in trouble at that point. So I was just like, shit, I don't know how to play this. So I just said some bullshit excuse just to try and get out of trouble, and it just made it so much worse. So what happened was I got taken to the principal's office, and they're like, can you tell us who it was? And I was like, no, I can't tell you because I can't remember and shit. They're like, so you made it all up, so no one made you do it? I was like, yeah. They're like, right, so you lied about that? I was like, yes, I did. And they were like, fine. So I got a 2-day suspension. My dad came and picked me up, and yeah, shit got fucking, like, my dad picked me up from school when actually I could easily walk home, and that's what I did every day usually. But they called my dad to come and pick me up. They explained the story to him, and he was fuming. He was just like, fuck, what are you doing with your life? So we went home. I was suspended for 2 days, and it was kind of funny because my mum to this day does not know I got in this trouble, and she has no clue of that that happened. And even with parents' evening coming up and everything, so I was really happy about that. Anyway, that's pretty much how the story ends. I just got in shit. My dad was just like, he wasn't mad, he was disappointed. We've all heard that as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was an interesting experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. So there's going to be another one next Monday, and this time I'll make sure it's on Monday. Tomorrow there's going to be some other, I don't know, video. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but I'll figure something out. And I've got a few ideas. And on Friday, there might not be an Arty Friday, because last one I wasn't very happy with the quality of the audio, so I need to get a decent mic, and that's going to take a little longer than expected. So depending on how the audio comes out on Friday, there might or might not be an Arty Friday. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.